Are you tired of overhyped, overpriced soundbars that promise to deliver immersive audio but fail to live up to the hype? Well, we've got something that might just change your mind. Introducing the 11.1.4 JBL Bar 1300X, a soundbar that's been making waves already in the audio world with its advanced features and powerful performance. But with a hefty price tag, some audiophiles are questioning whether it's really worth the investment. In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into the JBL Bar 1300X, exploring its features, sound quality, and value for money to help you decide whether it's the ultimate sound system for your home entertainment setup or just another overpriced gadget. Now let's get started. When we first reviewed the JBL Bar 9.1 2 years ago, our entire team at Audio Advice was extremely impressed with its features and capabilities. In fact, our YouTube review is one of the most watched videos on that soundbar in the entire world. Now, JBL really pushed the boundaries of the soundbar technology with the Bar 9.1, so we were excited to get their latest flagship and put it to the test. Now, we'll unpack some of the features and tech it has, and then get into how it performed in the testing later on in this video. Upon opening up the box, we have a few things to unpack here. First is the massive sub. Now the soundbar itself, the detachable wireless rear speakers, end caps for the soundbar when the rears are not attached, a remote with batteries, power and signal cables, documents, and even a wall mounting kit. Now we set this up in a bedroom that's approximately 14 feet by 18 feet with 9-foot ceilings. And during the setup process, it was easy to see that the Bar 1300X is a modern and clean looking soundbar with a solid build quality made from high quality materials that lend it to a sturdy and durable feel. Now, one of the most distinctive features of this soundbar is its detachable surround sound speakers, similar to those first introduced on the JBL 9.1. Now here at Audio Advice, we love when audio engineers push the limits and test new ideas to bring more immersive sound into your home. Now, these are arguably one of the main reasons the Bar 9.1 was so wildly successful, and JBL brought them to another level on the Bar 1300X. Oh, and these new ones are rated to last up to 10 hours per charge. They can be placed on shelves or speaker stands behind you, or they even come with a mounting bracket to attach it to the walls if you wish. Instantly, you can feel the difference in weight between the 9.1 and 1300X wireless surrounds. Now, these are about 70% heavier than the previous generation, and they're also slightly larger. Now, each surround speaker features one racetrack driver and one 3/4-inch tweeter facing forward, two 3/4-inch full-range driver, and a passive radiator on the top and another passive radiator on the bottom to help with the low end, since these are pretty compact speakers. What sets these detachable speakers apart from their predecessors is the ability to charge them via USB-C, freeing you up from the need to connect them back to the soundbar to charge them up. Now, further adding to their convenience, each speaker has its own power button and can even be paired together without the soundbar. In fact, during our testing, we were able to take the surrounds outside, connect them together, and use Bluetooth to create a stunning stereo setup without needing the soundbar at all. Now, this feature is undeniably cool, as you essentially get a pair of wireless stereo speakers that you can take with you on the go. Now, the only downside is that when the surround speakers are detached, the ends don't look quite as polished, but JBL has included end caps to complete the look. Alternatively, you could use them as individual speakers and have one for each of your kids. And if you wish to watch a movie on these on your laptop on the go, these speakers are Bluetooth 5.2 compatible, ensuring you won't have to worry about any audio syncing issues. Now, this is in contrast to the soundbar itself, which is only Bluetooth 5.0 capable. Therefore, we recommend sticking with music only if you want to stream to the soundbar via Bluetooth or use another streaming option like Airplay. This 11.1.4 soundbar boasts 1,170 watts of total power, which is enough to produce a powerful surround sound experience and really pull you into your movie. Now, the soundbar itself without the detachable speakers has 6 racetrack drivers on the front, 2 as the left channel, 2 as the right channel, and 2 in the middle as the center channel. 5 3/4-inch tweeters on the ends act as wide left and right, 2 on the front left and right act as the surround left and right, and 1 dead center for the center channel. Finally, 4 2 3/4-inch full range drivers are on top left and right of the soundbar, both angled slightly differently to help disperse the height sound effects. At Audio Advice, we believe the best way to experience Dolby Atmos or DTS-X sound is with dedicated in-ceiling speakers or on-wall speakers that are perfectly positioned within Dolby spec. Now to do this, you're going to need to cut holes in your ceiling, run wire through the walls, and set everything up perfectly correctly to have the best possible experience. Now our home theater design tool can give you a taste of what that looks like and how complex it could actually become for a beginner or someone with a small space. But the next best way to experience one of these immersive formats is with up-firing speakers. Now this is the exact technology used in the Bar 1300X, and it works by shooting sound up at an angle to your ceiling and then bouncing back down to your listening area. Now for this to be effective, you'll need an 8 to 12 foot ceiling with nothing in the way blocking any of the sound waves. And JBL even takes this tech one step further with the Bar 1300X and includes their proprietary MultiBeam surround sound technology. Now, MultiBeam technology is a signal processing technique that uses digital algorithms to widen the soundstage and create a more immersive listening area experience. It works by analyzing the incoming audio signal and intelligently distributing the sound to different drivers in the speaker, creating a more spacious and realistic soundstage. When you spin the bar around, you'll find a standard C8 power input, a USB input that's capable of a firmware updates or streaming MP3s from a USB drive, an Ethernet input, 3 HDMI 2.1 inputs, 1 HDMI eARC section, and an optical input. With 3 HDMI inputs, you can easily plug your gaming console, Blu-ray player, and cable box directly into the soundbar and have one single HDMI cable from the eARC connection to your TV and control the volume with your TV remote. Now you'll be able to enjoy 4K content with uncompressed Dolby Atmos, HDR, and Dolby Vision pass-through thanks to the HDMI eARC section. Now we love the ease of use of plugging your sources directly into the soundbar instead of your TV, especially if your TV doesn't have HDMI eARC. This can act as a pass-through to get your uncompressed content directly to your bar and bypass the TV altogether. However, since these HDMI inputs are only capable of 60 Hz, we decided to plug our console directly into the TV to minimize any lag and have a better gaming experience. By adding a subwoofer to your soundbar setup, you can enjoy a much more dynamic and balanced sound. The subwoofer can handle the low frequency sounds, freeing up the soundbar to focus on delivering effortless, clear mids and highs. JBL has included a 12-inch subwoofer that is just full of power. And the best part of it, it's wireless. You only need an outlet nearby, so you won't have to worry about running a wire from your soundbar over to your sub. Now, many people may end up placing the subwoofer on the floor right next to the soundbar location, but we'd recommend you take it one step further if possible. Now, there's many techniques for finding the best position for the sub, depending on your room dimensions. To learn more about subwoofer placement and subwoofer calibration, watch the video tutorials that we've linked in the description below. You're also able to access more than 300 online music streaming services via Airplay, Alexa Multi-Room Music, and Chromecast built in. With these features, you can enjoy your preferred audio content, internet radio, and podcasts right in high definition. Additionally, the device's Wi-Fi connectivity ensures that you receive automatic software updates, ensuring that you always have access to the very latest features. Now, I personally love using these features so I can stream music and then continue to use my phone audio separately while I have music on in the background. All right, this soundbar isn't cheap, so let's discuss the design and the build quality. The soundbar is solidly constructed with no flimsy parts or creaking when I handled it. The detachable speakers also feel robust and well made with strong magnets, so there's no wobbling or instability when I attach them to the soundbar. There is a cutout on the back that show all the I/O options, and on the top, there's buttons for input selection and volume control, and this is also where the calibration pinhole mics are. The rest of the controls live in the small remote that's included. Now on the front of the grille is an easy-to-read LED display that will tell you your volume level, power state, and source selection. And I really appreciate that JBL made this super easy to read so you can see it from pretty far away, and then it dims after a few seconds so you don't have to worry about LED bothering you while watching a movie. Now the remote is a pretty standard small plastic remote that has some nice quick access buttons, such as a button with a heart shape on it that you can set to instantly play your favorite song. Now JBL is calling this their new My Moment button. You also have a button to control the output of the rear speakers, a button to control the bass output, and a button to control the Dolby Atmos effects from low, medium, or high, depending on how loud you want them to be. Now, in addition, it has a power button, mute button, TV button, Bluetooth button, HDMI source button, play button, and a quick access calibration button. In our testing, we only use the remote to change and try out different settings, but once we kind of had it set to our liking, we really just use the TV remote pretty much exclusively. Now, one thing about the JBL Bar 9.1, when you detach the side speakers, you can kind of see the sides and it doesn't look great. However, JBL for this one has included some end caps that you can easily just pop on and complete the look and cover up the ends. And we think this addition was much needed. Now, overall, the build quality and design of this soundbar reflects its price tag and premium nature. We think JBL did a great job keeping this sleek and modern design while packing in more drivers and more features. Now recently, we released our favorite Dolby Atmos soundbars list, but that was before we had the opportunity to test this Bar 1300X. After putting it through its paces, we can confidently say that it deserves a place on that list and would definitely recommend it over the Bar 9.1 any day. Now let's dive into how we set it up and what we actually heard. Now we understand not everyone has the perfect room, which is why the Bar 1300X is a great fit for those who need flexibility with rear speakers that can be removed when they're not in use. A great touch that's gonna bring this bar over a lot of other soundbars on the market in the same price range. So to see how it would perform in a real-world environment, we set it up in a generously sized bedroom measuring approximately 14 feet wide by 18 feet deep and 9-foot ceilings. The soundbar, complete with the detachable surrounds, measures about 54 inches in length, which was slightly larger than the dresser that we had placed it on, but once we removed those detachable sides and put the end caps on, it fit perfectly at about 40 inches, which will fit great under a 55-inch TV or bigger. Now we connected the soundbar to a 75-inch Sony TV via its eARC HDMI port and used the JBL One app to calibrate the soundbar. It was a very easy process as the app literally just walked you through step by step. Now from there, we checked for updates, had access to EQ, could use the app as a remote, set up the My Moment feature, change the audio sync settings, and even adjust the detachable speaker volume. Pretty cool that you can do all this right from the app. After calibrating the soundbar, we carefully placed the detachable surrounds on the nightstands and eagerly put on two films that never fail to test the sound quality of voices, The Irishman and Captain Phillips. Now, in The Irishman, a scene featuring 4 characters conversing in a car immediately showcased the depth and the naturalness of their voices. Meanwhile, when we were watching Captain Phillips, the chaos of the ship under attack led to a barrage of gunfire and other noises all around you, typically causing Tom Hanks' voice to get lost in the mix with other low-end sounds. However, JBL's 12-inch subwoofer expertly handled the bass, leaving the dialogue very easy to understand. Now, JBL's Pure Voice Dialogue Enhancement technology utilizes advanced algorithms to enhance the clarity, richness, and depth of voices in real time, and ensuring that every word is delivered with stunning precision and accuracy. Now, the Pure Voice technology used in the soundbar proved to be pretty impressive to us, but it lacked any adjustment options, leaving us to assume that it was just working properly. Now, we only wish there was an option to turn it on or off or adjust its settings for your overall preferences. However, the overall mid-range and voices were easy to hear and really quite impressive on this soundbar. Next, we queued up the Adams Project, which boasts an epic fight sequence with immersive height and surround sound effects. With the detachable rears positioned slightly behind us on the nightstands, the difference was immediately palpable. We were fully absorbed in the scene as if the Atmos effects were bouncing off the ceiling and enveloping the entire listening area. Now, the sound of a passing ship overhead was especially impressive as we could hear it approach even before it came into view on the TV. Now, using the remote, we also experimented with adjusting the Atmos effects and bass levels. Now, ultimately, we left the bass at its lowest setting and the Atmos at the moderate level, although we appreciated the ease of use to change them and tweak them depending on the content. Now, these adjustments are probably going to come down to your room and personal preference, as I personally use a little bit less bass at night to avoid disturbing my neighbors. Now, afterward, we repurposed the detachable surrounds as a pair of stereo Bluetooth speakers to use outside. Now, this nifty new feature is a game changer as it effectively gives you 2 portable Bluetooth speakers bundled with your soundbar. The sound quality held up well in a small outdoor area and proved even more impressive when connected to our laptop for some casual YouTube watching. While not the strongest in terms of bass, the 2 passive radiators definitely helped, and they certainly got the job done. Another feature that my personal previous soundbar didn't have was built-in voice assistants like Alexa, Google, and Siri. Now, this feature actually surprised me with how much I really used it, and I love to be able to just wake up and ask what the weather was going to be like or tell Alexa to play my favorite playlist without even touching my phone. Now, overall, we're happy to place the Bar 1300X on our recommended list of one of the best Dolby Atmos soundbars available today. The surround sound features and versatility set it apart from its competitors. We recommend it to anyone looking to upgrade their home theater experience that may not have the perfect room and needs the flexibility of detachable surrounds. And if you already have the Bar 9.1 in a larger room and you're craving a bit more bass and a bit more immersiveness, you have our permission to go ahead and upgrade, and we're fairly certain you're going to be pretty happy with the sound and the improvements that the Bar 1300X has. We spend countless hours in our lab testing so many soundbars. We're confident that you'll be impressed with the Bar 1300X. And keep in mind, if you do purchase your JBL 1300X soundbar from Audio Advice, or any other video or audio gear for that matter from us, we have free shipping, a price guarantee, and lifetime expert support. Now, if you have any more questions about what I heard, I'll be in the comments answering some of your questions, so please let me know what you think of the Bar 1300X. And if you have further questions about your setup or need help planning your home theater, living room, or media room, just contact one of our experts by phone or chat with us at audioadvice.com, and we'd be happy to help you out. Now, I hope this video has given you some good insight into what the new JBL Bar 1300X has to offer. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest exclusive reviews and home theater tours that we have coming up. Now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.